Hey, good morning. Bobby Dagger here. How my bad boys and bad girls out there? Anyways, as you can see, I'm still in my gym clothes and it's my favorite part of the day. But here I am now going to talk to you about how I started stacking in the mid 1980s, and is it a good time to start stacking now if you haven't? I'm talking from 30 years of experience, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm not a financial advisor, not a guru, just a guy who made a decision and stuck with it. Part of that is I just go with the flow of life, to be honest with you. I never thought I was going to be 69 years old, and here we are with a brand new YouTube channel, and this time I'm talking about silver and gold. I started When I started, I was making jewelry. I figured the worst thing that happens, I can turn the silver and the gold into jewelry. I also didn't trust the system, fiat currency, or anything that I couldn't see, because it just, I don't know, for some reason I always thought they could always take it away from you. Even now I'm thinking, what can they take away from me? Because they can print silver and they can print money out of nowhere, whereas silver and gold, there's only so much of it on the planet. There's only so much you can have. I might talk about that later. Stocks, bonds, trading, didn't know that world. Didn't trust it. If I knew about it, maybe I would have worked with it, but I didn't trust it. Could I have done better with the S&P? Now that I'm looking back on it, I've got a chart. Maybe I'll put it up here somewhere on the last 30 or 40 years. S&P, I definitely would have done about 2,000% better. Financial advisors have told me that recently, but at the same time, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. I didn't trust that system either, because that can just disappear and your money is not as liquid. It takes harder to get to and things like that. But here's the thing. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. I'm going to say that a lot. I say that all the time. Same with Bitcoin. I do own Bitcoin now. I got into it pretty early. I think it's a good investment, but we're talking about silver and gold. I'm not a gambler. Partially that's gambling. I do believe in it though. I'm not a gambler, never have been. When they started putting gambling ads on sports, I stopped watching sports, because then I realized you really can't trust what's going on there, because they can fix the games. However, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just not a gambler. It started, my stacking really started, like I said, when I was making jewelry. I always knew I could turn it into jewelry. So it could always go somewhere. You know, I could always use it, and I could sell the jewelry for more than the actual ounces, the price of the gold and silver. I loved how it felt in my hands. I should probably be showing you things I'm not right now. I started buying coins and the big bars, 100-ounce bars. This wasn't investing to me. This was just taking care of my future, holding on to it, taking care of what money I did have, making sure that my wealth was secured. The predictions that I had back then, even in the 80s, they were talking about $5,000 gold, and I thought that's a little wild, because gold at the time was maybe $400, $500 an ounce. Silver was just $3.60 to $6 I was buying it for, and now silver is at what? Silver is at $84, but it went to, in 2020, January 2026, it went up to 120. Gold went up to $5,400. I think it's settled down around 5,100 right now. I wasn't planning on getting rich with this. It wasn't about that at all. It was about, like I said, protecting my assets and holding what I had. I never thought I was going to get this old. And now eventually it will be my retirement fund. So I did do it for my retirement. So what I'm trying to say is, if you haven't started purchasing it, it's still a good time to buy it. I think we've hit another level here, and might stay here a little while. It might shoot up. They're talking about 130 to 190, 200 within this year. Gold even higher. I don't know about that. All I know is I hold, I hold, I hold. It's for protecting my wealth, because it's survived recessions, crashes, inflation. Still here, still stacking. It's real, it's mine. Nobody can print more of it. They're only making a certain amount per year. They're actually using industrially more than's being created every year. So that's another thing to talk about. And think about it. Social Security. I always knew that wasn't going to be enough if I was going to even get any, because they can also take that away from you. They're still overprinting money. Nothing has changed. 1 ounce of if think about it, if you bought 1 ounce of silver a week for 30, 40 years, let's say 40 years, that's it, just one coin a week. You average that out, you'd have 2,080 ounces. What did it actually cost? 60, $70,000 roughly, giving or take. That's worth about, I think, at $84, it's worth about $174,000 roughly. That's at $84. So yes, you've doubled your money. And if silver was at the real value it could be based on gold, silver could be $5,000 right now, which then it would be over $1 million. And that's only from stacking one coin a week. Now let's talk Social Security. Average check right now is $1,900. Not too bad. That's about 1,900. That's about 22,800 a year per se. That's okay. Not too bad. You pay in your whole life. They decide when, how much you get. They can change the rules at any time. Or you can die young and then never get any of it. Then what happens to your assets? They're gone. If you were stacking, nobody controls it but you. At $84, you could pull $14,000 a year. That's if you pulled it all out. That's about 12 for 12 years. Or if you just kept pulling out several ounces, what you needed, it could go much higher than that. So it's not bad. And that's only, you have total control over that. And if you die, hope you don't. I hope I live a long time. I hope you guys do. You can pass it on to your heirs. And, that's a good thing. Granted, you'll pay tax on it every time you sell it. That's fine with me. I don't mind paying taxes. If you're paying taxes, it means you're making money. But I'd rather hold on to it. If you have Social Security, that just can disappear. Whereas your silver or gold stack, you can pass on or use as you go. I'm a powerful. That's what I would go. That's what I'll. If you think about it, having the let's say I have $176,000 in gold, that's roughly, if you were to spend it, it's about $14,000 a year. Roughly for 12 years, you can get $14,000 a year, and that's just on a simple buying one at a time. And if it does go up to $5,000, that's over $1 million. And think about it, the dollar we earned in 1985 has lost 70% of its purchasing power. So $70 or $100 in 1985 is worth $30 now. If you think about silver bought in 1985 dollars is what's that? It's doubled. So your silver has held the wealth. So partially buying silver and gold is to hold your wealth at the price of what the living is right then and there. So we can get the same for our money using the silver and gold if we were to cash it in now. Whereas if I just had the fiat currency, we'd be getting $30 on the 100. So the thing with gold and silver is no bank can freeze it, no algorithm can erase it, no market can crash, makes it disappear. Try doing that with a 401k. I didn't need to be a genius, didn't time the market, didn't pick stocks, didn't think about it, just went about my life and let the stacks show up. For me, discipline beats genius every single time. I'm not a genius. I'm barely smart enough to figure out how to run this phone right here and make this video, which, by the way, this is a new project for me, the YouTube. I think everybody should do one. It's fascinating. That's another thing. I've watched silver go from under $6 in the 80s to $84 now. I've lived through the Hunt brothers, their manipulation. That was in 79, 80. That's when I first learned about the power of this. I didn't start stacking at that point. I was a photographer, but I noticed silver paper, silver film, all doubled, tripled, 10 times in price because silver went up to $50. When it came back to the same level it was before that, which was $6, $7 an ounce for the silver, the film prices, the paper prices did not come down. It came down a little bit, and then of course their excuse was, well, we were going to have to raise it anyways. But as usual, once they see they can make money on something and people will pay it, because people will buy, they will pay what they will pay, they kept it going. So like I said, paper loses. Holding on to this, holding on to the real wealth, that lasts. 30 years of skin in the game, that's something no financial advisor can teach you. It's like just skin in the game. Like I said, I'm not a gambler. I'm going to say it again. Paper loses, real money doesn't. Stack slow, stack steady, let time do the work. So if you're starting now, this is something good to teach your kids and teach yourselves. It's still not too late to stack, because I still think silver and gold have a much higher upside. I truly believe it's going to, especially with the industrial use, because just think about it. Solar is getting bigger and bigger. Batteries more and more. AI takes a lot more silver. And now I was just reading about ballistic missiles. They use a lot of silver in the ballistic missiles. They're blowing off a lot right now, so they're going to have to replenish, which means silver is going to be worth more. Plus, Trump did the thing where he made silver a national asset, so I forget what he's calling it, strategic currency or something like that, because he knows we're going to need more silver. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit like, leave some comments. I'd love to know what your thoughts are about this, because I find it fascinating. I'm learning, every day I'm learning. So the one thing I do learn as I'm older is I can learn from others, whereas when I was younger, I figured I had to teach myself everything. And now there's so many places I can learn things, and I'm really loving that. So please, in the comments, in my description, I've got some links you can go to, places to buy silver, buy gold. I've got some links on the equipment I'm using, the lights, the tripod, and the lighting I'm using, and things like that. That helps to support my channel, so please link over, and if you can, the affiliate links. I do have affiliate links. It really would help, because I really want to make this a long-term thing and get better and better at giving the information. All I can say is stay healthy, keep stacking,